Hi everyone, Dr. Daphne, your bounce back coach, and this is video 16 in the series of the building your bounce back muscles or bouncing back ability. And I think it is time for us to address a very important topic, and this is the topic of our stories. Because here we are for the past 15 days we were talking about bouncing back from adversities. All right? It's all good. We did an amazing job there. However, this is what I want to talk about today is knowing your story. Know what it is you're bouncing back from. Not what people tell you, but what you know for sure. So I am calling you to action to know your truth. What is true about what you're working on that had held you captive? Are you willing to have a heart to heart, soul to soul interaction and intervention with yourself so you can identify the clarity about what it is you're bouncing back from? I want you to have clarity on this, and I want you to know this because you know what happened? While you're on the journey, if there are any portion or any aspect of that thing that is trying to surface again to attempt to hold you back on this journey, you can call it out for what it is and to let it know right there and then. You have no control over me, no more. However, you can only do this when you are certain of what your story is. So I ask you, what's your story? Not what you tell the world. You've been walking around telling the world for how long that you have been victim to XYZ and the other and the other and the other. But what's your authentic story? What's the true story? The one that you and the universe know. What is that story? Because sometimes the stories that we have told ourselves that aren't true, we have told them to ourselves so long till we begin to believe them. So I want you to be honest with yourself. In this video 16, be honest with you. And I want you to have a heart-to-heart talk with yourself. If it's foggy, if your story is foggy, you ask for clarity. Remember, don't make the thing up. Address what comes to you and deal with it. Because a lot of times, the stories that we have been telling for a long time, it's not even half of the story or quarter of the story. Or sometimes there are people who kind of camouflage the story and they try to recreate the story to tell it that way. Again, I ask you, what's the real story? What's your true story? What's the story that your authentic core knows to be true? Because a lot of times, I have seen it too many times with my clients. The things they came to me about and we started working on 6 months down the road, no. Something entirely different emerges. And oh my God, I forgot about that. Oh my God, I forgot about that. And sometimes the tears are gushing out. But the one thing I can tell you for sure is that the universe is so faithful. Once you begin to do the inner work, all that stuff that you had buried is going to come up. I was having a conversation with someone and I asked the person, what are you willing to give up to get to where you want to go? And I asked the person the question 6 times and I still have not got an answer from the person. And every time, for the 6 times I asked, I was given information that I did not request. So you got to be honest with yourself. When your heart is telling you something, that's what it is. Accept it. Know your story. Not all the stuff that you put the fluff on and the icing on the frill. What's the real story? Because unless you can go head on with the real story, you ain't gonna be bouncing back. I'm here to tell you, you got to face that thing. You got to face it. You got to deal with it. Don't be telling yourself any more lies. Write the story down. Because in order for you to heal, in order for you to be able to reinvent, in order for you to be empowered, in order for you to be transformed, you got to have control over that thing or maybe things, whatever they are. So face the demons and let them know they have no more control over you. That was then, this is now. I know who I am now. I probably didn't know who I was back then, but now I know who I am and you have no power over me. I have work to do. There are people who are depending on me, and you are not going to stop me from living my greatness and to be touching the lives of people around. So, again, I ask you, what is your story? Document your story for yourself so you know what areas you need to address. Okay? I ask you to not run away from your story. Your story is part of who you are. No shame about it. No guilt about it. It is part of who you are. So again, work on that list. You don't have to share it with me. You don't have to share it with anybody. You just need to know what it is. What's your story? A lot of times you hear people say, use your mess to make million. So your story might be the one that catapult your career to the next level. Because there might be many people out there who is waiting to hear your story and where it has brought you from. Okay? So that's just my little insight for video 16. And I will see you in video 17 for tomorrow. Have an amazingly wonderful day. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel and to share it with other people and to leave a comments and to visit my website, Daphne Clarke-Hudson Empowers.com, Twitter at Dynamic Daphne, Facebook.com/Dynamic Daphne. Love you guys and I enjoy chatting with you and I want to hear you. Keep the comments coming, keep the feedbacks coming, and keep the private messages coming in on Facebook. Alrighty? If you have any questions pertaining to anything I've said and you want for me to address it, type it. If it's private, you can send it to me in a private message on Facebook and I will address it. I will not call your names. I will address it confidentially. And the same thing here. I will address it confidentially. You don't have to put your name. You can just put your initials. Alrighty? Love you guys. Be well. Keep warm wherever you are. Here in Connecticut, we are cold. So, I know that there are people that are in other countries that are listening and you warm. Just send us some warm weather. Love you guys. Be well. I see you in video 17. Alrighty. Bye now.